I'll get excited.
Juicy.
Shakespeare comics, folks. Come on in, everybody.
Oh dear.
Speaking of that, I refined this video clip.
Say the weird thing.
Actually, it's long. I don't know why it just keeps cutting off, but I've had a problem with the word thing there.
Say the weird thing.
There we are.
Yeah.
Now it's all there. Say the weird thing. Figured what better than to use that clip for a comic book show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Especially our comic book show. Come on in, everybody. We see you out there. Somebody's in there. The chat's live. We're live this morning. We're live. Happy to be here, even though we're still need coffee. So, happy to be here, folks. Marvy in the house says, good morning and great news. I'll get the Atlantean on Monday. Fantastic, Marv.
Well done, that man.
Marv, did you see that information about that drawing pad that you might be able to get?
I think you noted it in the chat. Marvy, let us know what you think when you get it and you read it, because I know you will. Real happy with that book. Even happier with number 2, which is officially at press.
Yeah, when are we getting that? Next month?
As soon as RJ can get the hamsters excited enough to run the wheel. We'll be here. Actually, I've got to send him money so that he can get the hamsters excited.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. You've got to pay the hamster.
You've got to feed the hamster.
Got to feed the
got
hamster.
to pay the hamster to get the print going.
Just send him a bag of
way
carrots for
the
a
press is run.
It's ready to go, though. It's on its way. It's ready to go.
And you didn't send me a copy of it yet. So.
Sorry, I uploaded it and forgot to give you the link. Sorry, I'll sort that today.
Okay.
I'll sort that today. Sorry.
Don't.
But that's okay. I was just telling Glenn before you got here that I'm farther along on 4 than I am on 3. So.
Well, that's useful.
Yeah. It will be for me. I'm going to kick that. I'm gonna kick the script for 4 out as soon as I'm done sending you the script for 3, and then I can go and work on my stuff for a couple of months.
I've got to pull my finger out. I'm 2 weeks late now.
You're going to get the script for 4 and send him an email saying, who the hell is this?
Yeah. Where did the talking dog come from?
No talking dog. No talking dog, no talking cat. Can't do it. So, talking birds, though. Whole different thing.
Oh, that's okay. It's different. Talking horses. Done that.
Talking horses.
Yes, Mr. Ed.
I had Mr. Ed in Doctor Who strip. Yep. That was
We've done that over here too. So yeah.
Mr. Ed.
Running the opening.
I remember that first time around.
Mr. Ed.
Yeah. Was it 1965 or something?
Was it something like that?
Yeah.
I need to rearrange these better. Here we are.
What was that? This is not a charade. We need total concentration. Now, once again, this time, with the...
Just the way we feel this morning. Glad you're here, folks. Comics by Night. Chat's live. Feel free to chime in. If you can, hit that like button. If you can, subscribe. Whatever platform you're watching us on, give us a like. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps us out. So we're not here counting our shekels by our viewership, but we just love looking at this stuff. Oh, we just dropped one viewer too. Cool.
They'll never know what they missed.
Screw you. I ain't watching you on this platform. If I got
I won't want anybody to watch anyway.
Just dropped another one too. Somebody's being funny. All right, folks, come on. We're on Facebook. We're at the Comic Book Black Belt YouTube channel, the Randy Zim YouTube channel, my Facebook page. Where else? The Indie Comics Network YouTube channel. We're there as well. And an X page here from somebody. Probably you, Russ, right?
What?
Your X
I'm
page?
on X. Yeah. I'm on X. Yeah.
Excellent. We're all over the place. We're here to look at some great comics, folks. We've run the opening. Look at that Mad magazine. I dug up some Mad magazines from 60, 61 years ago, cover dated April, just to go through. Glenn will really enjoy it because some of them have not one but two Mort Drucker stories in it. Great stuff. Fantastic stuff. I'm your host, Randy Zimmerman. You can find my work right now at Amazon, Barnes & Noble. Soon you will find an Arrow comic store as soon as I can get it made and approved over there at Fund My Comic. You'll find an Arrow comic store over at fundmycomic.com. But when you do, we're responsible for writing The Atlantean. This is the adventures of Cullen Bruhl, based off of The Shadow Kingdom, which is a book that I adapted last year with artwork by the great Russ Leach. Volume 2, I should say, of The Atlantean is currently at the printer, soon to be printed and out and fulfilled on that campaign that we just closed off a week or so ago. So real happy with it. Can't wait for you to read it. If you love sword and sorcery, if you like sword and sorcery books, tell me, son, you like stories about gladiators? Anyway, you're gonna love The Atlantean. So it's Cullen Bruhl as they travel the land looking for a race of shape-shifting serpent demons, and among other things that they run across. Really happy with it. Other than that, been working in comics since the mid 80s, doing all sorts of different work. Tales from the Universe, Spank the Monkey, War of the Worlds, just a few of them. A lot more as well. There's more coming this year. We're planning on doing an Anniverse Omnibus before the end of the year, which I have to get I might have to go out and buy a new scanner for, just because there's so much material. But anyway, happy you're here, and thanks so much for stopping by. Joining me this morning is Mr. Glenn Fleming. Glenn, please introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. My name is Glenn Fleming. I'm a writer. I write books like this one, which you can get from New Haven Press and Amazon. I draw stuff occasionally. This is my character Hatch, and you can get this up on mycomic.com. And I publish magazines about comics too. This is a 100-page magazine I put out. It's got interviews. Randy's in it. Russ is in it. I'm in it. Anybody
all the
any
best
good?
people.
Yeah, all the best people. Anybody who's any good is in this magazine. And one day, I hope to draw like this man, but I better be quick.
Nobody can really draw like
No.
Nobody can draw like Jack.
He's great.
And Jack. Yeah, they can try, but they're never
They
gonna
can try.
Yep.
Many have tried and many have failed.
Yeah. Also joining us this morning, Mr. Russ Leach. Russ, please introduce yourself.
Hi there, my name's Russ Leach. I'm a comic book artist from the UK. I'm very tired. You can find me at russleach.com. Sign up for the email list there, please, and we'll keep you up to date about all things Atlantean, where it's going, when it's going to be released, what versions there are available. There's some great stuff in the mix. Been talking to Critical Blast about some options, and we're hoping to get those out to you soon. So go to russleach.com, sign up for the email list there.
All right. Yes, please do. If you like entertaining comics, you definitely won't regret it.
Oh, yeah.
Let's start looking at a couple of Mad magazines. From both of them are cover dated April. One's April of 64 and the other one is April of 65.
Yeah, Lawrence of Arabia hanging the washing out.
It's Alfred of Arabia. Actually, it turns into Florence. Turns into Florence of Arabia. Anyway. Marvy says, "Thank you so much. I haven't seen it, but did it now. Amazon has it, and it's already on my list. Just needed the paper. Got already the nibs, ink, and brushes. Yes, good luck, Marvy.
Yeah. You'll have a good time with that, Marv.
Sure you will."
What's that? Is that
The
ink paper? Cartridge paper.
Yeah.
Be good for him to start on.
Going to start with 64 here.
Can you use sorry for the question, Glenn?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Can you use watercolor paper instead of stretching cartridge?
Yeah, the only difference there is that it depends on the surface, because a lot of watercolor paper is sort of bumpy, isn't it?
Right. Okay.
You need a flat surface for what we do because of the line.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could do. In fact, I've done some of my hatch artwork on watercolor board, very
Right.
very hot press, very smooth surface. But yes,
Yeah,
Okay.
you have to
I'm
be
looking
lucky enough
into
to find it smooth enough. Yeah.
yeah. I'm looking into maybe trying to do some black and white graded stuff, graduated stuff.
well,
So
I'll send you a list of what I've got, what to use.
Okay,
So you can
brilliant.
it might save you 5 minutes checking other stuff out.
There
Thank
we
you.
go.
Okay, I'll do that later.
That's why we have shows like this, folks, to get artists' recommendations. I saw that yesterday that Mr. Steve Rude has got a channel where he's giving art instruction on YouTube. I gotta go
Nice.
and check that out. Always enjoyed his work.
Steve the Dude Rude.
Exactly. We'll take a look at some of that here eventually. I've got all the early Nexus books, so love his work. Very reminiscent of Russ Manning to me, Rude's material.
Yeah,
Love Russ Manning.
I can see that. Yeah.
Mad, the usual gang of idiots are here. It's Alfred E. Newman saying, somehow I always get the same seat at the ball game between the hot dog vendor and his best customer. Alfred E. Newman. 61 years ago,
Wow.
this book is cover dated. All the usual gang of idiots are here. Great little bomb in the mailbox. Jack Davis spot illustration there. Working Al, I believe that's Al Jaffe here with Mad Ad. Pretty sure it's him. If not, it's Nick Bartello. They're selling.
Why kill yourself? Sorry, go on. Yeah.
Just because you missed the last issue on the newsstand, subscribe to Mad. Right. They're always selling little portraits of Alfred E. Newman here too. It says now at a loss. Yeah. Open that up. Insecurity is a pair of loose swim trunks. They used to have these little square books that Peanuts were in that had little sayings in them. That's why all of them here are pretty square.
Right.
It's like insecurity is a helium-filled balloon. The insecurity is coming home alone from the horror movie. Yeah. A little Dondi character working here by Erwin Hayes. Insecurity is moving into a new neighborhood.
Yeah.
Henry, insecurity is a hole in the.
I could tell you.
Both of your pockets. Yeah.
I could tell you a story about a guy at school with a hole in his pocket, but I won't tell you on air.
It's like yellow.
I'll just say this. Every girl. Anyway, that's all I'll say.
Oh.
He used to get the girls to take the change to get the money out of his pocket for break.
There you are. Yeah.
And he had a hole in his pocket.
That always works better, putting a hole in the tub of popcorn at the theater. But anyway. Artist Bob Clark, writer Frank Jacobs here. All these popular comic strip characters of the day. Moon Mullins, Little Orphan Annie, Little Lulu down here, Sluggo, Nancy and Sluggo, Archie.
Is that the baby from Popeye?
Yeah, Sweet Pea.
Yes.
That's it.
Little Sweet Pea, Dennis the Menace here. Henry, Dondi. Big characters. This looks like Junior from Dick Tracy. Don't know who that is. Probably doesn't need to be identified. Insecurity is when the Ferris wheel stops and you're at the top. Yeah. Hi, and Lewis.
Looks a little bit like Peanuts.
There, no peanuts.
No, I meant the guy on the top of the Ferris wheel. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know who that's supposed to be. Little Abner. Blondie and Dagwood. Insecurity is your sister getting chicken pox before Christmas vacation, and you never had it. Yeah. Yeah. Great stuff. Next to that is Don Martin, the small businessman in the Amazon.
I'll tell you, Dad.
It's a natural. We'll knock them dead with it. We'll put the business back on its feet again. You're getting older, Dad. The business is deteriorating. You got to forget the old ways. Think of Mom and the kids. Yeah, times are changing, Dad. You got to change with them. You got to add a new twist now and then. I tell you, this item will be the hottest thing since the poison dart. So you got to at least give it a try. Wants to enlarge instead of shrink the heads.
Look at the guy in the window.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the hell is that?
You can tell he's a native because they put a little zipatone on it. News photos you're sure to see this year. Remember, this is 1964. First online for World Series opener. Senator Gasbag is made Indian chief. How true that is. So we've got a politician over here who said she was Native American till they investigated her
Pocahontas.
background. Yeah, Pocahontas. News photos we'd like to see this year. First online World Series opener. Same stories. Senator Gasbag is made Indian chief. He's being run out of town. Yeah. Onward. Mad Beastlies. Hey. Sluggard.
Paul Coker Jr.
Looking for a credit line in this, and I'm not seeing it. Looks like Dick Bartello.
That's Paul Coker.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Paul Coker. I still can't see the. I don't see a credit.
It's at the top left at the introduction. Right at the top.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's Paul Coker. To bring us another set of
Vanilla. That's good. Bulldozer.
That's why I couldn't find it. It wasn't your standard credit line. It was actually an introduction. Yeah.
Pontificat.
Hootenanny.
Peccadillo.
Peccadillo's great, yeah.
Bulldozer. Yeah. Vanilla.
Dandelion.
Look at that navigator.
Yeah.
Ramrod.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Velocipede. Molding. All right.
Seymour lasagna.
Understanding. When this trend towards understanding gets out of hand, a major police work.
Wally Wood.
Yes, sir. Frank Jacobs. Still working for him back in 61. Or no, 64, right? 64.
Yeah.
64. Just about 10 years after EC. If you mind that you're unable to read this line from a distance of 20 feet, then we are sorry to inform you that you need glasses, which is a shame since you undoubtedly look much better without them.
Look at that on that Plea magazine. It says Joseph Stalin's unhappy childhood. Oh dear. The touching, lonely life of a mafia gunman.
Why degenerate killers feel unwanted.
Look at that. That's the best one. The warm and witty side of Heinrich Himmler.
It sounds exactly like the British court system at the moment, to be honest.
Oh, be careful.
Scary.
Get a visit from your bobbies.
Yeah, and knock on the door, then get stuffed.
Yeah. Hate to see you dragged off someday for something you said on our podcast. Johnny Klutz is a no good rat fink. If you overlook the other fine qualities. Yeah. Nancy Baxter's fat and ugly, but she is good to her mother. Yeah. It's interesting.
It's really well done, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, isn't it?
Loving the over-exaggeration here. It almost looks like something that Jack Davis would do.
I was going to say it looks a bit like those legs and feet look like Jack Davis, don't they?
Look at that exaggerated hand there. It's just sweet.
Yeah. Look at the detail in the crowd and everything. Though.
Yeah.
Fantastic, isn't it?
All done in washes and Zipatone, it looks like.
Yeah.
Looks like
You obviously went and got some reference for that. That's just great.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. That's a patented wood cloud right there. Great stuff. Oh, somebody else has joined us. New school letters for unheralded achievements. Here's your participation trophy years before. We're joined by bring it on now. The Scarlet Pumpernickel.
Good evening, gentlemen.
No one expects the pumpernickel.
Swing on by.
Yeah.
I expect you to bounce around on your head now.
Thanks for coming on, Scott. See you later.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on, Scott. Scott Rosema, everybody, when he's not the Scarlet Pumpernickel.
Oh, don't give it away.
You already did. You've got a title down there with the words "Look Out" on it.
Look out.
Well, I figured this would be the best way to enter. Just trying to make Glenn feel at home, you know.
Why? Why does that make me feel at home?
Well, you're the only one that remembers my secret identity.
Oh, see.
Scarlet Pumpernickel.
Yeah, somebody said who when I mentioned your name.
Gutsing.
Nothing escapes my attention. I remember a little bit here and there. Trust me.
Oh, dear.
Well, you got to call it like it is.
Scott, quickly introduce yourself to our audience, will you, please?
Scott Rosema, a long time, whatever. Marvel, DC, Archie, Valiant, Warner Brothers, Cartoon Network, all kinds of stuff. Long-time pro, and just a little touched.
Just a little touched. Must be to be up this early in the morning, right?
Yeah.
Have you gone to bed yet?
I have not.
There we are.
Expect all kinds of delusional comments.
All right.
But that's okay. I'm a night owl. Nope, I'm sorry. That's another character.
Bob Clark, Ernie, is it Kogan? New school letters for unheralded achievements. We're looking at Mad Magazine from 61 years ago.
Henceforth, my inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the black and white magazine. Gotcha.
It's
Oh, let's see.
barely out of diapers at this point. So
It's gone blurred.
has it?
Yeah.
What's crisp
Gonna-
here? Let me get it to readjust. Is that any better? It looks good here.
No.
Bit blurred. What have we done?
Still a little.
I haven't done anything. Didn't even jog it. Just brought Scott on. That's what it is.
I've interfered with many
Done it.
signals before.
It was Scott what done it.
I knew it.
How's that better?
No.
No.
Wow, it's looking good here though.
Well, that's because it's
on my
local.
screen. Could be.
Yeah, you're actually looking at the real net thing, Randy.
Yeah.
No, I'm looking at it on my Wacom tablet here.
Huh.
My RV says I'm not crazy. I just don't give a darn. Yeah.
Let's just start.
Well, I don't know.
Oh,
what I
wait,
can
that's
do
a
to
little sharper.
kick it off here.
There we go. Oh, there we are. Is that good for you guys?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Doesn't look any different here on my screen. But
Maybe
Spy
it's
versus
just
Spy,
maybe it's just
Spy.
bandwidth. Maybe we're
Phobias.
just getting to see it digitized.
could be.
The way
All
to
right, I
check
do.
it is to look at the actual stream in YouTube.
Yeah, I've turned off my foil hat signal, so that's probably what did it.
Yeah.
That could have been it.
Oh, that Spy versus Spy was always awesome. What was the name of that cartoonist that did it?
Fantastic. Yeah.
gosh,
Phobias.
No.
some
I can't remember his name.
something. What was that?
I can't remember his name, the artist who drew this. Let's have a look. I shall tell you in a moment. Let's just take a quick look.
Rojas or
Is he tap dancing?
It's Antonio
Get it?
Projas.
that's it, Antonio. He
Phobias?
actually, I guess if I remember correctly, he actually had a wanted mount on his head for being a dissident in whatever country he came from.
It was from Cuba.
Oh, was it Cuba? Yeah.
Cuba.
Oh yeah, they had a crosshair on him.
Right.
So
Oh,
yeah.
got to Americans started doing this. That's
It's
why it's
probably-
always. That's where we get the Spy versus Spy inspiration from.
Yeah. He did El Hombre Siniestro, the sinister man.
Oh, that's awesome, though.
Yeah. So he died in 1998,
How old was he?
77.
77. Look at the wonderful variation of line weight in his cartooning, though.
Yeah.
Just, it's classic.
Brushwork.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really, really tight as well, the drawings, aren't they?
Oh,
Yeah.
Fantastic.
yeah.
Really good.
So many of those cartoonists, not from America, have that absolutely classic thick to thin, thin to thick,
Yeah.
line weight for the cartooning, and
Yeah.
and I hate to sound like a broken record. I hate to sound like a broken record. I hate to sound like a broken record.
Yeah.
But I always go back to Asterix because that
Yeah.
the line weights in those drawings are just masterful. That's why here's Dave Berg.
Dave Berg, The Lighter Side of Married Men. Yeah, that does readjust every time I put my hand out in front of it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Never noticed that before.
Yeah, I looked on the stream and it was doing it on the stream as well. So it's
Yeah,
not
it's a
just-
little.
It's
like
not
it's
a bandwidth
constantly-
issue. It's not a bandwidth issue between us. It's the actual output.
Yeah.
Hey Randy, can you read one of these strips so we can
Yeah.
take it? Yeah, that
I'm
one.
pooped. It's been one of those days. Every day is one of those days. Well, I'm raring to go. but I'm tired. All I want to do is relax in my recliner chair and watch TV. I'm sick of sitting home every night and being a stick in the mud. We're going over to Marty's and Veronica's and be sociable. They're over there being sociable.
That's how guys are sociable. That's
Oh,
just
my
that's how it happens. You just
Oh.
sit and talk shit in front of the TV.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter if it's a TV, with his music, with his beer. Just
Oh,
sit there and talk shit. But you have to sit there like that.
Exactly.
This looks like me in the grocery store right here.
Oh God, yes.
I'll do the shopping.
I'd love to see you in one of those hats.
Oh, I bet I could wear that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Old 50s hat.
It's
got my hairline too. Cool.
You got
Just
more hair
doesn't
than
have
I
my-
do, I'm afraid.
Doesn't have my shape figure.
That's profile of the guy looks a bit like Jack Nicholson, doesn't it?
Does a bit.
Oh, it does. It does. That's great.
Can I have some money? I've got to go shopping for some food. What? Again? Can't you stick to a budget? The trouble with you women is you don't know how to shop. You make you make out long lists and you
Dawdle.
Bordle.
you
Dawdle.
dawdle, yeah. You dawdle over every item. A man makes his first buying decisions. Man makes the fast buying decisions. Today, I'll do the shopping. Boom. He comes back with stuff. There's chocolate sprinkles, Eskimo pie sandwiches, Hydrox cookies, mint jelly, malted balls, goobers, Malomars,
Goobers.
Hershey Kisses, lady fingers, egg rolls, frozen pizzas. Can I have some money? I got to go shopping for some food.
I'm afraid that would be my shopping list, unfortunately. Susie's always saying, next time try adding some protein to the list. That'd be nice.
Yeah. That's not quite this is how I shop, but I don't quite pick up all of the junk food.
Well, surely nuts and whiskey is all you need then. If it's
all
just
you-
protein.
Nuts and
Exactly.
whiskey.
Nuts and whiskey, that's it.
Oh, that's awesome.
You're good.
So, Russ, do you follow the oh shit, not Al Cap.
Say the weird thing.
The hell's that strip about? The guy with the
Andy Cap.
That's it, Andy Cap. Yeah.
Andy
Yeah.
Cap, God, that was a long time ago.
I was
When
gonna
did they
say,
stop that? Was that in the 90s or the 80s they stopped that?
Oh God. Oh, I don't know when it
A
started.
long time ago.
Probably
I
back-
don't really. I remember the visuals. I did never read it as a kid. No.
Oh, that was a great
Probably
strip.
back during Women's Lib. I just picked up a paperback book of that. I'm reading through. Yeah. Great stuff.
Oh yeah.
We've got
Well, that was in the same because they used to have a block of. I suppose it's like the funnies. They used to have a block of cartoons. I think it was in the Mirror, wasn't it?
It was.
Glenn?
It was. Yeah.
It was. Yeah, it was. I always preferred AXA in the Sun.
Yes. And the Perishers was good as well.
The Perishers, was that a newspaper strip?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I think Andy
Yeah,
Cap
for-
might have finished in the 70s. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it was quite a long time ago, wasn't it?
Because I remember reading it when my dad used to get the Daily Mirror from work, and then I'd look at it, and I used to read it, but I didn't understand it.
No.
I do now, but I didn't understand it then. But the drawings were good, but they're always a bit too stiff. The drawings, for
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
But they were very good. But
It was a particular style, wasn't it?
yeah,
Very,
It
very
was,
stylish.
yeah. Over here, this is what everybody would know Andy Cap for anymore.
Oh, that'd be
Is
the
their hot fries.
yes, hot fries. Andy
Good
Cap.
Lord.
Andy Cap.
Handicap's hot fries.
Yeah.
When did
Very
did
big
that
over here.
happen?
Oh, you guys never saw it? You didn't have those over there?
There's,
No,
No, Andy Cap was a cartoon character in the newspaper. That's it.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
they're still real popular over here, usually at odd places, bowling alleys and convenience
That's
stores.
just
You can find them.
really weird to see that imagery and the name on the front of an American product. It's just really bizarre.
That's
Oh,
fascinating. You
it's
guys
big.
didn't-
They,
Yeah. That's fascinating. You guys didn't have that over there.
it's really popular over here.
never seen
Andy
it.
Cap fell out of fashion a long time ago.
Yeah. He was a chauvinist, wasn't he? Couldn't have any of
Yeah.
that.
Oh, God.
And I don't think you could
Hard-
sell those over
hardcore,
here.
yeah.
Certainly not off the back of the name. Anyway.
No, probably not. That's awesome.
You can still get an occasional T-shirt or two. Here we are. Let me pull this up.
Yeah, the paperback collections of the strips, too.
Well, the paperback collections, you can't find them in print.
Oh, no,
have to
you'd
go
have
to
to
a
hunt for them at used bookstores. Yeah, but they're there.
used bookstore. Yeah, that's where I found mine. Here we go, Glenn.
Yeah.
Like he's playing for Newcastle United.
Yeah.
Oh,
North
my God.
FC.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Was he from Newcastle? Was that his
I never got that impression he was from Newcastle. I always thought he was
Right.
a Savannah.
a Savannah?
Yeah, a Savannah.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
my
I
God.
may be wrong.
That looks like bitter rather than lager.
It does, yeah. It
Yeah.
is. It's got a nice head on it.
Nice bit of froth.
And he's got his Stanley Matthews football boots on.
Aye.
But he's got a modern ball. He should have a ribbed
That's-
ball, shouldn't he?
Yeah.
You know,
Should be a big old red ball.
yeah, and he's got not got any studs on his boots, has he?
Here we
Well,
go.
it's not a detailed illustration.
I know, but it's not very good either, is it?
I like the
No.
way he's just decided I don't have to draw a hand if I stick his hand in his pocket.
It looks like he's got two thumbs, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah,
Big old ears. as
Definitely.
well.
looks
definitely
like he's
drawn
got-
by somebody who's trying to ape that
Yeah.
style. But
Oh
not
yeah,
quite make
it's
it.
yeah, it's not done well. No.
It looks like he's got two thumbs and a hole in his pocket.
No, they made football shoes for that. Oh, that's amazing.
There you go.
That's Andy Cap, folks. We
You learn a lot
get
of stuff on
chance-
this program,
Yeah.
folks.
If you get a chance, you find it's one of his paperbacks. If you like just horribly chauvinistic humor, that's your guy
Yeah.
right there. Always going to the pub for a drink. Always sitting in front of his TV. Always with a overbearing wife. Yeah, very typical comic strip. of
Forever
the day.
lazy. Yeah.
I ended up getting that book, and there's a bookstore in Detroit, John W. King, that's 4 stories tall. It's in an old
Yeah.
factory.
I remember.
Oh man, it's musty. It's got that great bookstore feel to it, and there's books floor to ceiling, 4 floors,
Awesome.
all
got-
kinds of used books. So I ended up getting an Andy Cap book. I got a book of Tumbleweeds because I haven't read one of those in a long time. That's a American Western humor strip. Very, very out of touch with modern sensibilities.
If either one of you guys, Russ or Glenn, if you ever make it over here, we'll take you down to King's bookstore. It'll be a treat like you won't believe.
Okay.
It'll be awesome.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's just crazy. It's like that old, the old stereotype used bookstore where there's dust on the floor and wooden floors all through the building. It's a heck of a walk up to the 5th or 4th floor, I'll tell you that. Up
Oh,
the
man.
stairs.
With my knee.
Yeah. I was winded, I'll tell you that.
Now, real
And
quick,
that-
for about
ahead.
the drawing on that second tier of cartoons, that guy with that jacket on,
Sorry.
is that gray tone? Is that crosshatched or is that like tonal?
It's got a little bit of line work in it, but it's definitely a gray wash here.
Okay.
There is a crisscross pattern on the suit, but it's also got a ink wash over top of it.
Gotcha.
So it's not a zipper tone.
No, it's not.
No, is it?
It's
Wow.
that's been washed in by hand. Just like here, you can see the different tones that
Yeah.
it's got in the ink wash.
And you say he kept all the artwork, but he sells it in sets, or did?
No, that was the early EC stories.
Oh, right. So
Gaines kept all of those stories in a vault. I don't know where this artwork is. I have no idea.
Oh.
I can't say I've ever seen, especially Dave Berg, anything other than pardon me, single like portrait sketches up for sale.
Right.
Can't say I've seen any of his strip work available.
Because this would be worth a fortune, wouldn't it?
You'd think so, yeah.
I would hope so. Now, Bill Gaines still ran Mad Magazine like he ran the Mad comic books, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I wonder if his policy was changed at all.
Probably was. I'm not sure what his policy here on art return is at this point. So it's just back in the 80s, he decided to open up his old EC vault of 50s because comic art started being worth something auction-wise. And he auctioned it all off, one story at a time, all of the early EC material. Before that, Russ Cockrum got to go through and make stats of everything.
Yeah. Are
It's
any of
all
these guys still
really
around?
well preserved. Al Jaffe just celebrated his 93rd birthday last week or two ago. Yeah. I think they said he's the last one of these guys.
Boy, somebody should sit down with him and ask him what he knows about all this.
Outside of Sergio. Sergio's still around. Sergio's eternal.
Yeah, there's got to be a book there.
Yeah.
Scott.
Oh, I would think.
I'll bet there is.
Jaffe, the complete Al Jaffe.
I think he did an autobiography, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure he did an autobiography.
Well, he was on. I saw him on YouTube last week, I think it was, and it was only a couple of weeks old, and he looked pretty sharp. So somebody like me should sit down with him for 2 weeks and get a book.
Hear, hear.
Absolutely.
You know?
Got our support.
Trouble is, I don't know where he lives. It's a big place where you live.
Yeah. Just gonna look him up on Amazon, see if it's there.
You know, somebody else I might know is Mark Evanier. He tends to have a ton of industry knowledge. Wonder if he might know.
I don't know. Books. Al Jaffe. Let's see what's here. Mad Life. Al Jaffe's Mad Life, a biography.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep. Hardcover.
When was that published?
It's available on Amazon right now. 2010.
All right. Oh, it's
September
recent
28th.
then.
The Remarkable Story. Yeah. Let me swing that over 15 years ago. There we are. There's the book cover. By Mary Lou Weissman, illustrated by Jaffe. Remarkable story of one of America's most prolific, beloved cartoonists, Al Jaffe, with dozens of original color illustrations. Jaffe's career in cartooning stretches back to 1941, with early humor pieces for Timely Comics, a precursor to Marvel. But the iconic artist remains best known for his brilliant fold-in cartoons he invented at Bill Gaines' Mad Magazine in '64. The cerebral and sardonic illustrations have inspired generations of Mad readers, including Stephen Colbert, R. Crumb, Gary Larson, and Charles Schultz, to embrace a firm and healthy reverence towards the status quo. New York Times columnist and best-selling author Mary Lou Weissman, My Middle-Aged Baby book, helps Jaffe tell his remarkable story. Yep.
I might be ordering that later.
Hardcover, $11.48. Yeah.
That's awesome.
There we are. Meanwhile, back at the ranch. the great Don Martin and the Acme Rich Central Arms Waldorf Plaza Hotel.
Now, is he passed away now too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He passed away, I think, like 10, 20 years ago.
Wow.
There was a brilliant hardback printing of all of this Mad material. 2 large volumes in a slipcase that is available. I'm not sure if Amazon still has it or not, but it was absolutely amazing. I think we looked at one of them here a long time ago on the program.
He died January 6, 2000, age 68, Don Martin. So 25 years ago.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find his collection here. That was one of the best visits I made to Barnes and Noble. I was walking through their overrun section. Oh yeah, there we are. The complete Don Martin. Let me share this. Mad's Greatest Artists, the complete Mad Don Martin, Mad's Greatest Artist series from 2007. It's a fantastic hardcover collection.
How can a hardcover be $118 and the softback be, what was it, 300 or something? How does that work?
It's whatever the seller wants to put a price on it for.
It just said it there. Look, if you just go to it again, that Mad Greatest Artist, the one you just showed, the one above it. If you look on the right, it says hardcover $118, paperback $407.
Yeah,
it can't be right.
Here the paperback is $407.90. Somebody's trying to get that for it.
Huh.
And then this is a smaller scaled down version of it there. Well, that's the thing. Somebody's up there. They've got their own store here on Amazon, and they're trying to stiff people for the book. I bought the book at Barnes and Noble, shrink wrapped in a beautiful slipcase cover for $29. So
they've just put a one before their price.
Yeah, I was just sitting there on the floor. I'm like, oh, I guess I'm buying this. Wow. It's one of those things you don't want to pass up when you get that chance.
That's right. It's wonderful.
Magazine ads spoke the language of the magazines. Article here. Oh, sideways.
Wow.
Let's see who's doing the artwork on this. Beautiful work. Woodbridge, maybe?
Jack Ricard.
Ricard, yeah. Frank Jacobs, writer. In McCall's, will we or won't we? Yeah.
Oh man, look at that washwork.
Didn't she? Yeah. Isn't that fantastic?
Did she or didn't she? Only the dead man knew for sure.
God, that looks like something Adams would have done. Who's your
Will we or won't we? Only our marriage counselor knows for sure.
It's Jack Ricard, Scott.
Oh, Jack Ricard. Wow.
Yeah.
Holy crap, that is beautiful.
That guy, the Einstein's kind of guy, looks like the Einstein guy in The Day the Earth Stood Still.
He does, yeah. Probably intentionally.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Also, it looks like the older doctor in the Ben Casey.
Oh, Ben Casey TV show, yeah.
And the TV show.
Mm-hmm. All he needs is a pipe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, he also needs a left hand that works with that body. It doesn't look right, does it?
Yes, it's pretty
awkward. It's like it's somebody else writing it.
Just throw a wig in front of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming out of the top of the head there.
Oh, wow. Look at that. They're just so good, aren't they, these people?
It's amazing, yeah. Looks like
What, Jane Fonda?
yeah, it could be Jane Fonda. I was thinking of Anne Margaret.
Oh,
But yeah, great stuff.
man, oh man.
Should I or shouldn't I? Only
Well,
my
real quick, Randy,
conscience knew for sure. Yeah.
one page back. On the as an art note, look at in the lower left corner with the old Ben Casey guy. Look at that, the drawing of the gal, and how the artist even paid attention, how Rickard even paid attention to the pearls going back in perspective as it went around her neck.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just little touches like that shows you this. These guys are just masters of what they did. Absolute. I mean, just that little touch.
That big costume jewelry like that was big in that day.
Yeah.
Just like the fur collar here.
Yeah. Yeah. Gee whiz. So good. Man.
Spy versus spy again. It's great. Gray spy. Ties herself up on a track just to get the black and white spy coming after her just as trains come along. Spy. This is spy versus spy versus spy.
Yeah.
Was there a third spy that you use every so often?
Yeah, gray, female dressed in gray, blonde.
Oh, I never knew that.
Oh yeah. Just to spice it up after a while.
Oh yeah, wow.
So I'm guessing I don't remember seeing her. So I'm guessing she would always win.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wow.
The guys were always dim-witted. Yeah, when it came to her, just you can tell that by the way she's drawn here. All the cheesecake, you can, yeah. Those guys are always dumb for hot girls. Yeah,
So it was like an early Harley Quinn.
yeah, very much so.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
The evolution of a popular song. Artwork by George Woodbridge. Writer Tom Koch. Battle Hymn of the Confederacy. Ooh.
Look at that one there. Nobody knows the bollocks I've made. Bollocks.
Bollocks.
Bollocks up. Got to ride to rubber out.
It's fantastic.
Looks like Snow White, that doesn't it? Being attacked by Red Indians.
Yeah. The locals lament.
Jeez.
Yokels. The yokels lament. Oh, look at that, Elvis.
Fred
I'm so
Astaire.
cruel. Yeah. Ginger Rogers. Moon over Sioux City. Go little Amy. Bye-bye, Emmy.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I got a little editorial comment about Fred Astaire.
You're a fat old hag.
Yep.
Go ahead.
It's really, I mean, it's a damn good thing the guy could dance like nobody.
Yep.
Because when you watch the movies he's in and you pay attention to his acting, it is atrocious.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't hired for his acting. Yeah.
No, and for good reason, not just because he could dance, but oh my God.
Was it which one was it? Was it Sid Charisse or Ginger Rogers who said she was asked who was the better dancer, her or Fred? And she said, me, I do it all backwards.
Not just that. She says, I do it all backwards and in heels.
Yeah,
There you
exactly.
go.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
And he was hired for the dance numbers.
Oh
That's,
yeah, definitely.
His dancing ability. Still great films to sit and watch, though. Especially.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, those are incredible movies. I love them. Just love
You have
them.
like Turner Classic Movies. You never go wrong. That stuff. Another visit to the dentist. Don Martin again.
Look at that. Why? Dang.
Look at that. That's
golly.
great. Hey. By golly. Yeah, you did it. I'm normal again. I can go to parties.
It's
Have
2000.
fun.
Top of his head.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Can't tell
Oh,
you
that's
how
too
much
good.
I appreciate this, doctor. You're a
Credit.
credit to your profession. Yeah. Just had to smack him in the head enough. Yeah. Whack. The mad plans.
I like the way the dentist has got shorts on,
Yeah, yeah.
or maybe just not got his trousers on. There's a bit of a
Yeah.
difference in there.
There's no pants. He's in boxers. Yeah.
Oh, that's
He
too bad.
interrupted him anyway during his break. He's
Yeah.
cleaning his
Why-
nails with his drill. Yeah.
But why has he got no trousers on?
Jeez.
Look at the first drawing of him in the chair doing his
Yeah.
nails. Look at that. Look at the toes going along the footrest.
Yeah, hanging over there.
Classic Martin.
That is big in a thwack, isn't it? That fourth panel.
Oh,
Dang. Dang.
well, look at that fourth panel where he's swinging that hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks suspiciously like my Cole pinup, where he's got that sword slicing through that monster.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I wonder where my inspiration came from for that.
Inspiration. It's illustrations by Bob
Bob
Clark.
Clark. Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's all wash, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow. Fantastic.
Long before Photoshop, that's for sure.
Yeah. Somebody who knew what they were doing.
Yeah. Baby crying here. Future quickie vacations.
Bob Clark died in 2013, aged 87.
There you are.
Who did?
Bob Clark.
Oh, okay.
Master illustrator. Still have the little gutter cartoon here by Aragonis.
Is he still around?
Yes, he is. He's
Oh,
still
yeah,
alive.
yeah.
Still does shows. I got a grew from him in my sketchbook. I think it took him all of 3 minutes to draw.
Oh, I bet you not even that.
No pencil, just done.
He's so
Yeah.
freaking fast.
Yeah, probably less than that. Minute and a half, maybe.
And the thing is, we used to. I mean, when we used to go to the really old Chicago Comic-Con, which is one of the few shows that were happening back in the late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that Aragon's was usually a guest there.
Yeah.
And it was in a hotel where the air conditioning was spotty at best.
Great old Marriott.
Oh yeah. And so one summer it was so fucking hot and humid. Everybody was just miserable except Sergio. He was sitting there in this white cotton shirt, cool as a cucumber, not a drop of sweat coming off of him. And we couldn't believe it. And he said he was perfectly fine. So I don't know where he grew up or what his background was, but oh my God. It was his own kind of hilarity. It was awesome.
It's definitely a hot climate. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Used to it.
Jack Rickard died in 1983 in his 60s.
Oh, only in his 60s?
Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad.
About 61.
Future quickie vacation tour.
Florence of Arabia.
Florence of Arabia.
Florence. Florence.
Florence. Another Sergio. Nope, that's not a Sergio drawing. Yeah, it is Sergio drawing. Larry Siegel, your writer, the great Mort Drucker. Great signature right there. Classic signature.
It's great.
Brando here. Got more really good Drucker coming. as well as this. Look at that. Peter O'Toole. 412 ultra modern split at level homes coming. In the middle of the desert.
We guarantee no water to the basement.
Yeah.
And Arab GI's mortgage is available.
Jeez.
Couple of biplanes back here. Dual shade board here. Back here painted in. Great editorial cartoon work. This is a zip screen.
Wow.
It's fantastic camels. There's nothing he couldn't draw. Just fantastic work.
Was it this Jack Davis or Mort Drucker?
This is Mort Drucker.
Mort Drucker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, God, he was so good.
You can tell by the caricature work. Just unbelievable. Yeah. Marvie says Glenn should do more interviews. They're great old artists to know.
I would if I could find them.
Like you did with Jack Kirby. I mean, yeah. Hello, friends. Genuine Comics in the house. Dave, hope you're doing well this morning.
Hey, Genuine, how you doing?
Spy versus spy versus spy. Just to spice it up after a while. Yeah.
Spy said, oh, very, very good. Very good. Don't quit your day job.
Danny Kaye was one of the few actors who could do it all. Absolutely. Just take a look at Singing in the Rain. Just fantastic work.
Donald O'Connor, not Danny Kaye.
Oh, that's Donald O'Connor there. Yeah. Sorry.
He's very underrated, Donald O'Connor.
He was great too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He was.
If you want to watch it.
Danny Kaye was one of the great song and dance bands. I mean,
yeah, too.
Oh.
So oft times I had no idea who the real people were that the caricatures resembled, but I still enjoy the mastery of the drawings and the silly jokes. Yep. Universally entertaining.
Oh man, look at that top left-hand panel. Look at that robe. Oh my God.
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
Yeah, then that third panel with the horse, the straight on perspective of it. Oh my God. So good.
Sticking its tongue out, just great.
And then on the second panel in the middle too, you've got that profile of Omar Sharif.
Oh.
And even though one over on the other page, and then even though it's a cartoon, he's still the most handsome man who ever walked the earth. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, Sharif in his youth was unparalleled. I mean, he was just
this guy's
a
got
good-looking guy.
Anyway. Yeah. Look at all the detail here.
It's a gorgeous panel, that.
Oh man, look at that
sword in a stone.
Great sword.
Boy. Stare at this stuff for hours.
Oh. Again, an artist edition, so you can see every tiny little thing. Oh, I'd love that.
Yeah, if it was full, original size and everything.
Yeah,
shot from the artwork would be amazing, wouldn't it?
Oh.
Now I would pay a couple of $100 for that.
This is Randy said, just to spice it up after a while. The joke doesn't work anymore if read 20 minutes after it's relevant. Yeah.
A good joke lasts forever, Dave.
There you are.
Look at that O'Toole there. That look on his lips and his nose, and the look in his eye. Look at that. How good is that?
Mm.
What a great panel this is.
Oh yeah, look at that.
It's Liz Taylor.
Liz Taylor.
Cleopatra.
But I mean, look at that; those fold constructions on her dress as it drapes.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
All line work here. Just beautiful.
Jesus.
Yeah. Right up there with the best illustrators.
Oh.
And then here it's a sheet off of a naked Alfred E. Newman baby. Yeah. Classic.
Look how is he on his his doctor's chair there? Look how he's still got all his his Egyptian clothes on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know whether he's still there, but you know what I mean. I think he'd have his normal trousers on.
Oh my
Reclining
God.
figure there. That's great.
Yeah.
That psychologist here.
And that detail of that stuffed couch arm there that he's leaning on.
Oh,
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Just a little details. Oh God! I mean, they added upholstering detail to this thing. It's just,
Yeah.
God, all
Definitely.
just for a gag story. Just amazing. God, these guys.
I'd really love to see the pencils for this, because as we all know here, you tend to lose a bit when you ink it, don't you? You lose a bit of the impact. But these are so good. Imagine what they're like in the pencil.
I'll bet it was all incredibly loosely penciled, and he went in and did all of the finishing touches and inks.
Yeah, that's what those guys were like.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt
Just
it.
enough to get it down and set in your head exactly what it's supposed to look like, and then you just sit there with your whichever tool you're using, pen or brush, and just getting it done.
Yeah,
I'll bet that's what it is. Such natural talent. Here's an Al Jaffe Mad Fold-In, probably one of the first ones.
Oh, what issue is this? What number?
Is it 64 or something?
Number
really early one, 86. Wow.
86, April of 64. Yeah.
No kidding. And was Mad Magazine monthly, Randy, or was it
I think it was monthly at this point because of the popularity.
Wow, so
It started out as a bi-monthly. All of the EC comics were bi-monthly.
And it pretty much started right after they stopped doing comics, right? I mean, there wasn't any much lag.
No, the Comic Code Authority kicked in. They invoked the code, which tossed EC line almost completely. EC tried to stay viable by doing what they called the new trend books. For a while, that was Extra and Impact and Piracy and that. And they ran for a year or so with that, and they just couldn't get it to sell. And Gaines kept butting heads constantly with the Code Authority. In fact, they were making him change stories and change elements in the story and do all sorts of crazy stuff with the material. Like there's a big science fiction story that at the end, the astronaut takes his helmet off and he's a black guy.
Oh, no kidding. And
they made him redraw it to a Caucasian because they didn't want to upset anybody. The code did. So what he started doing are magazines. He did a Shock Suspense stories and one or two other in comic magazines, and he just couldn't get those to fly either, but everybody was still buying Mad. He took Mad and converted it to a magazine with issue 25, and he just took off from there, and that's what he decided to concentrate on. And he turned it into literally a huge industry.
We went from horror to satire, didn't he?
Yeah.
Probably the only way he could stay sane is just to kind of make fun of everything.
Well, Gaines was very much the Larry Flint of comics. They tell him not to do something, and he goes, "Oh, really? Well, watch this."
Yeah, no fear.
They complained that his horror comics were too gory and horrific, and he turned it up to 11. And just got it. He says, "You want to see gore? I can do gore. Here we go. Boom." It's the same thing with Mad. You want to see parody and satire? I can do parody and satire. Boom. And he, like I said, he just turned it into a whole industry. So eventually, all of the other EC comics were dropped, and he concentrated on Mad.
Well, that's similar to what.
The big thing with Gaines, though, his big rule, because he walked into this fortune from his dad. His dad was one of the original investors in National Periodicals, which turned into DC.
Oh, wow.
It's a very interesting, this part of comic history that I love. It's really a chain, and all of these are linked together. MC invests in DC Comics. MC is one of the people that brought William Marston on board as Wonder Woman.
Oh,
and Wonder Woman's got a whole, actually there have been books written about Marston and his
His fetishes.
psychology and fetishes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's my theory that Gaines saw what Marston was doing, and it was too late to really stop him because Wonder Woman had become so popular.
Oh,
So
wow.
Gaines sells his share of national periodicals literally for millions. And MC Gaines does, and with Bill as a kid at this time. MC starts educational comics, and the first product MC does is picture stories from the Bible, which is one of the biggest selling comics out there. All of the EC books all still had half-page ads for picture stories from the Bible.
Is that what EC stands for? Educational comics?
Well, see, that was the thing when MC Gaines ends up dying in a boating accident, and his son inherits the publishing company. And at that point, MC was playing around with different types of comics: a moon, a girl, a romance, different crime, the Crime Patrol, crime and punishment. I think it was a crime book, a romance book, and that because superheroes at this point were completely dead.
Yeah.
I mean, there was the only superheroes that were out there was Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. So
right.
MC took that EC, and whenever it was a regular comic, it was an entertaining comic. And when it was picture stories from the Bible, it was an it was an educational comic.
Oh my gosh.
And it had the same bullet, just different wording along the outside of the EC logo.
Oh, I have to admit, I never really knew what the EC stood for. It's educational, entertaining.
It's fascinating when you get into it, because early on, once Bill took over the company, his big rule was he was going to print stuff he wanted to read. That was his big rule. That's why all of those EC comics are so adult skewed, because it's all stuff that he was entertained by.
Oh, okay.
And when the Angry Mom mob ran across some of his books and decided it was controversial, they wrote in a letter of complaint. He would always write back to him. And there's I think a letter in the comics book by Will Daniels going, "I don't know what you're talking about, ma'am. We're EC. We're educational comics. We print picture stories from the Bible."
Randy, you've got to get back to writing your history of comics.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's really fascinating to me, because it's one big set of links, and if the code hadn't kicked in, and at the time when ECs were raging and Kurtzman was working there and they had all of this huge talent pool, you would have never have seen, for example, Gaines concentrates on Mad, makes his fortune off of Mad magazine. Well, Kurtzman goes off to the West Coast and decides to try to do a humor magazine, and he makes a couple of attempts that he can't quite get off the ground. He does, I think, a half a dozen or a dozen issues of Trump magazine before Donald
no kidding.
Was remotely around. Well, the Trump family was still notorious, but he did Trump magazine, and then he did Help magazine with an exclamation point. And he's out on the West Coast in the San Francisco in the Haight-Ashbury district, and Help magazine ends up giving work to this another just nest of talent. That's Gilbert Sheridan and Robert Crumb and all of these guys that turned into underground masters.
Oh.
And Kurtzman goes, "Well, you can print your own comics if you want. You don't have to do this code authority thing. You can just find a way to sell them and move them." So that's what they did. That started the whole underground movement. And then while Gaines is working on Mad magazine, Jim Warren is out there, and he's missing the old Tales from the Crypt and Vault of Horror and all that. So he decides to start doing horror magazines, and goes out and hires a bunch of that talent that used to work at EC and starts Warren Publications.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's a fascinating chain when you really get everything's all linked together.
Oh, yeah.
But it's the basic thing I learned is every time that a hurdle comes up, and there were a lot, because when comics first started, they didn't think they were going to make any money off of, selling books for a dime on the newsstand. And all of those little dimes all add up after a while, and it turned into huge fortunes for people.
Oh, sure.
So they, there's so much money and so much, how would you say it? family-oriented practices that popped in, especially when it comes to distribution. A
Yeah.
lot of grift happened. So, like the main reason for the Code Authority wasn't to make sure comics were made for kids. That was just the front for it. Really, what it was a way for a certain set of guys to control the newsstand and what was actually placed in those spiral racks, because they wanted their products in there over top of these guys that were making huge money, like EC and the Crime Does Not Pay stuff that we were looking at. They wanted to put a stop to all of that stuff and keep it off the stands, because they were moving millions and millions of copies.
Oh yeah.
And they wanted their Archie books to sell and their Dell comics to sell, their Disney material. So they made comics for kids and pushed it in that direction.
Awesome. Glenn, you mentioning that Randy ought to write that, the histories of comics. But I was going to say, talking about this, do you guys know there's that
strike it.
That one British teacher or commentary, not David Attenborough, but another guy that did this great series called Connections. You guys familiar with that?
No.
Oh, geez, what's his name?
Where they show how all of history is linked together.
Yeah, and it's just
stuff
fascinating.
You'd never expect.
Yeah, this happened in history because of this thing that happened before it, and all this kind of stuff.
Right.
Just
no, I'm not
absolutely.
Seeing that.
Yeah.
Is that a new series, or is it?
Oh no,
it's really
back from the 80s.
Yeah. Right.
Probably
it's the kind of thing PBS used to run all the time.
Oh yeah.
Our public broadcasting station. Yeah. And now we've got Kronk. So,
yeah. Kunk.
Oh.
Philomena Kunk.
Yeah, if you've never seen those documentaries, those are amazing. Jumping a year up, April 1965. You'll go ape over this issue of Mad.
Oh my God.
Get that
I like that. Huh?
Norman Mingo.
Yes.
Oh, Mingo, yeah. Jeez.
Be suspicious.
Look at that Connery at the top there.
Oh, I was going to say, I was just seeing that. Isn't that great?
It's coming. That's why I wanted to do this issue.
Oh, man.
Again, the usual gang of idiots. And the quote is, sorry, I'm going to have to lift it closer to my face so I can read it. Many a girl, I still can't read it. And he said, switching over to his bifocals. Many a girl in love with a cleft chin makes the mistake of marrying the whole man.
Oh, my God.
Alfred E. Newman. That famous people home study courses.
Yeah.
Your letters page.
Oh yeah, those are hilarious unto themselves.
Pretty much the same as it was a year ago. Yeah, the year before this, offering those great Mad paperbacks.
Oh man,
I think he must have made millions off of those collections. Just they were all over the place when I was a kid.
On a shelf destruction kick, fill your library with the explosive.
Yeah, all stuff you couldn't get away with now on a self-destruction kick.
Oh my God!
Fill your library with the explosive laughter found in these 20 bomb Mad paperback books.
Randy, can you read that on the very right-hand page, bottom right corner? That
Down
lost and found. Can you read what that says? I'm sure it's a joke of some sort.
They used to sell black and white portraits of Alfred E. Newman, 8x10s. Says lost and found. Yep, we've lost a fortune on these offers of full color portraits of Alfred E. Newman's Mad's What Me Worry Kid for 25 cents, 3 for 50 cents, and we just found out why. Seems nobody's ordering any from, and then they list the Mad department. The address. Nobody's ordering them. That's why they lost a fortune on them. Oh,
I
come on.
remember they were selling
Camera.
those things in huge bundles for almost nothing.
Yeah. Now that looks shaky to me. It's out of focus again, ain't it?
That looks okay.
Oh, it's okay. It's all right.
All right. Cool.
That's too good.
Look at that first letter. It says, "Image of U.S. Justice. Congratulations to Al Jaffe for another great mad folding. The image of U.S. Justice. I wonder if anybody burned a cross in front of your office building." A guy from Huntsville, Alabama.
Oh my
Oh
God,
dear.
that is great.
Mads Valentine's to American industry.
Look at that. Buddy Ebsen center, and that's Carolyn Jones.
Oh,
Frank
yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. That looks like
Wow.
Mort Drucker, though. This is Mort Drucker, the TV
Yeah.
networks.
Yeah. And now I know it's supposed
Oh,
to
the
be
writer
Frank,
is
or is that
Jacobs.
Look at that.
Herman
These are
Munster?
all the different artists here in the Mad stable contributed to this.
What are you saying, Scott?
Oh, I was going to
Sorry,
say,
Skip.
and that top the TV networks, I'm sure that's supposed to be Herman Munster, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Left hand.
Oh, over here?
Yeah.
Oh, that's Karloff. Frankenstein.
Well, I mean, it's supposed to look like Karloff, but then that's what.
I think it's supposed to be Munster, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Munster.
Because you've got Carolyn Jones and Hillbillies there. Is that Danny Kaye there left looking at the monster?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Oh,
yes.
it looks like him.
My favorite Martian.
Man.
Yeah. That Buddy Ebsen's amazing, isn't it? Look.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Jess, that's so good.
That's Beverly Hillbillies there. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
who's the guy? Who's the
Morticia
bald guy?
Adams.
Who's the? I've seen him, but I don't know his
Oh.
name.
Classic character actor. He was in everything in the
And,
60s.
and you've got Mr. Ed
Yeah,
as
he was.
well next
There's
to him.
Mr. Ed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Wilbur.
Mr. Ed.
Classic stuff here.
To the makers of electrical
I've
appliances.
got an article about Mr. Ed in my magazine, Super Spies, because in one episode Mr. Ed, the horse, was a spy. so we did an article about him.
Great stuff.
Now look at that, the bottom right page. That how beautiful a rendering of that car. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So very good.
Woodbridge.
Yeah.
A little cart on the pump. Makers of headache remedies.
Mr. Ed in that spy thing was called. His number was 007.
Double oats.
Funny.
Oh, that's good. I love that. That's awesome. Double 07. I love it.
The Prophet. Joe Orlando. Yeah. At work here.
Look at that.
Oh.
Look at that.
Mort Drucker's the best.
Salute.
Here to meet my doom.
Jordan. Wow.
Look at that.
Oh, there's that right there in the left hand side of that panel. That great drawing of Connery. Oh God,
Yeah.
so
It's all
good.
good. This is all good. Look at her.
It's true. Other than the very top thing, it's true. Bonds do have more fun department. Oh my God.
Yep. Act 1, Scene 1, the London headquarters of the British Secret
The
Service.
girl in that, the bloke in that dress.
Yeah, this girdle is killing me.
Oh my God.
Commander James Bomb.
Dash it all 007. You're 45 seconds late. Kindly remove yourself from the clerical staff and come in here immediately. It's the Office of Mad, it looks like. Chief of Secret Service. Oh, look at that. Sean Connery for days.
Oh God.
Love that car. Look at that car.
Oh yeah, Jesus.
Oh, look at that. Motor Drucker can't draw everything. He got the flag wrong.
Oh,
Got
where? What?
He got the Union flag wrong.
Oh,
That's good to know that you can't draw everything.
Probably drew it from memory.
is the
Well,
is the diagonal X supposed to be in front of the?
no, it's if you look at the cross,
Yeah.
and then if you look at the dark square, see that thin line that's in between the square, those triangles.
Yeah.
That should always, as you look at it, it should always go to the right and be off center.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You know, so going round anti-clockwise, it should always go to the right.
Gotcha.
No, it's not doing it there either. It should be further up. There should be more white at the bottom of it than just picky, folks. But it's my flag.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Heck yeah.
Defend it all day long, man.
RV. The hands are so expressive. One of the cool things I love about Mad. Yeah.
Oh,
The sign of a great artist. Gestures and
yeah,
hands.
like the left hand
Positioning.
page center tier where Bond's in front of the flag. His right hand coming out from behind that guy's head.
Yeah.
Just look at that expression of that. It's just like almost out of animation or something.
Yeah.
Amazing. Marv, you're right, Marv. It is. It's just amazing.
It's all great stuff. That's why, especially if you're in this business, you need to go back and look at this stuff every once in a while,
Oh, God.
just to see what these folks did. And there's a reason why all of this stuff is still around, and still popular.
Oh, no doubt. It was seen to a London street.
I said last week, even though they're cartoons, they're still sexy girls, aren't they?
Absolutely, yeah. Still got that cheesecake factor working. Some more. Look at that. Look at that.
This must have been pre Goldfinger, because he would have drawn his Aston Martin, wouldn't he?
Probably.
Oh, yeah.
65. Whenever
Yeah.
Goldfinger
was
Came up.
64, I think.
Yeah.
When's this from? When was this published?
65.
Right. Well, he should have drawn his Aston Martin there.
Yeah, 65 April. So it's probably end of 64, maybe start of 65 that this was done.
Yeah.
It just wasn't that much of a icon by this point. Just another car he was driving, it, I would imagine. Didn't really become synonymous with Bond.
Did they have him start out with an Aston Martin in the first films? The
I
first
don't know. I think he.
I
I'm not
don't
sure.
remember.
No, I think
Thunderball it first turned up in. Was it Thunderball?
Was it? I thought it was Goldfinger, but you might be right.
Goldfinger. Goldfinger was that.
Yeah, Goldfinger was the one where he produced the ejector seat. That was Goldfinger,
Yes.
wasn't it? Yeah, so
That
that
was
was,
Goldfinger.
that was 64. So if you think when this was being prepared, sort of that late 64, maybe Goldfinger hadn't been released, or I don't know.
And the bowler that could chop through a statue. The
Yeah,
bowler
that's
hat.
Goldfinger,
yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
But those first three films, they were like if somebody started something today. You're right, they weren't as iconic because they'd just come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it wasn't as big a deal as it was 20 years later.
Yeah,
Movies were popular, but they just they were
but it
never
wasn't.
big.
It's like anything. It's like okay, Star Wars isn't a good thing because it was massive, but
first,
there's always the first or the second of something that you're going to do, and they're not necessarily. They might be big successes, but they're not necessarily iconic. They're just the first, or the second, or whatever. But once you'd gotten through 4 films, how many films did he do? 5.
Connery did 5 or 6, right?
He did
5 or
6
6.
altogether.
He did his own in the 80s, didn't he, as well? But by the time you actually got halfway through the run of what's his name, The Saint, Roger Moore. By the time he got halfway through Roger Moore, suddenly Sean Connery was iconic.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think he was iconic in his first 5 films as James Bond.
And
Right.
he only used the Aston Martin in that one, didn't he? I know Brosnan's used it since, and the other guy, Craig.
But it's almost like it became a thing, didn't it? The car,
It did.
Yeah.
getting the new car in became a thing, and it's almost. I mean, it was like what I don't actually think that was a thing until the Lotus in the 70s with Roger Moore. Suddenly, the car was a thing, and then because that was a thing, so was the car from the earlier Bonds.
It was iconic before Roger Moore.
It goes back. Yeah, it really goes back to their marketing and their merchandising, because I remember a beautiful cast, die cast Aston Martin that was associated with Bond.
Well,
by Corgi, I think. Corgi did just
my elder
amazing
brother had,
toys.
He had one of those, and it had an ejector seat in it, and the machine guns came out the front.
Oh,
right. That's the one. I had that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I still had it.
Yeah.
Now,
Worth a few bob now.
Yeah, once the public caught on to all the incredibly charming, quirks of the films, it just caught fire. I mean,
we had in RI, we had a teacher, and he used to, he'd probably get jail now, but he used to hit you on the back of the neck with his hand, and we used to call him Odd Job.
Oh my god!
Because he seriously used to hit you.
Yeah.
I could tell you a few stories about that stuff, but they'd get arrested now.
I don't know about you guys, but it was a very common thing during the height of the Bond mania, so to speak, that everybody would introduce themselves that same way.
Yeah.
It was Scott Rosenbaum. It was just crazy. I mean, everybody was doing it. It was awesome.
Little beefcake.
I used to say, I'm Fleming, Ian Fleming, but nobody listened.
Well, that's right. You had that advantage of that. Oh, that's great. Play it up to a hilt. I love that.
Yeah, you got to do it, haven't you?
And I was introduced to the original Fleming novels by a good friend of mine who said that, if you like the movies, you'll love the books. And
the books are far better. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was right. Boy, they're great reads. Oh my god!
I keep saying that they need to just do the books straight
Yeah,
up,
like everything else.
Yeah.
Look at that bottom panel there. You got Montgomery, Peter Sellers. You got the Beatles.
Yeah.
Look at that! Look at that polar bear in the upper left corner. Oh my god, that's so good! Just warming himself over that little stove. Oh my god, that's too good.
Yeah.
Keep him warm with that little burner. His hands up.
Oh my god.
God, you got everybody in that panel at the bottom.
Yeah. What's that guy called in the centre next to Montgomery? What's he called? That one, yeah. Is it
My Fair Lady from My Fair Lady?
Rex Harrison.
Yeah,
Rex Harrison. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got Harold Macmillan.
Yeah. And Winston Churchill.
And
yeah.
And what's it? Wilson at the end. That must be Lady Astor there.
Yeah.
If that was your wife, I'd put poison in your coffee.
Oh no, is that her, or is that the woman that was playing oh no. You might be. I think you're right. Yeah.
I think they're playing up the aspect of the British invasion there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another beautiful
Lady Astor was American though.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's more likely the writer, the crime writer. What's her face?
Yes.
Agatha Christie.
Agatha Christie. Is that supposed to be Agatha Christie?
Yeah.
Could be.
Why are there only 3 Beatles?
Yeah, I was looking at that. Is that Ringo or
weird.
John? Is it Ringo?
Ringo at the front.
Yeah, and Paul and George.
Paul and George at the back. Yeah.
Well, let's not forget, you see, Russ Druck is American. He probably didn't know there were 4 Beatles.
Might not have liked Lennon at that point. Or something.
Yeah.
Or he just drew the ones that were easy to caricature.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, next to Rex Harrison, is that
Bobby back there.
Is that Lord Lucan, the one with the beard?
I don't know. I don't think he was around in '64, was he?
Oh, it's 64, right?
Yeah.
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 Well, he was around, but we didn't know who he was.
Says, I watched the old Bond movies because it had Bond girls. Those women were so much interesting and beautiful. Yeah.
Oh God, I lived for
Absolutely.
those opening credits and almost all the things. Oh my
It's,
God.
that I think it was Goldfinger with, is it Honor Blackman?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, she was just gorgeous.
I mean, she only died a few years ago. She's about 98.
Yeah.
She was absolutely gorgeous, wasn't she?
Yeah, we would have a discussion about her saying she was not a
Carolyn
pretty
Monroe.
woman. She was a beautiful woman. She
Yeah,
was like
that's right,
attractive.
yeah.
Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? She was
Yeah, she wasn't pretty like Goldie Hawn.
No, she's
She's a stunningly beautiful woman.
beautiful
Honor
woman.
Blackman.
Yeah.
It's,
Well,
I would never associate the word pretty with. Goldie Hawn was always cute to me.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
Goldie
yeah.
Hawn. Yeah, I didn't think she was all that, but I understand what you're saying. Yeah,
what's the name of the actress you said was beautiful? What's her name?
Honor Blackman.
Honor Blackman.
Wow.
She was in the
She
Avengers.
was the girl in gold, right? That was the
No,
first
No,
thing.
she was Pussy
that was-
Galore, wasn't she?
Yeah,
Oh,
that
okay.
was the girl. The girl
that name.
in gold was Shirley Eaton.
Okay.
Oh, that was too good. That is.
She was the flying ace.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What I loved about those opening credit sequences with all those silhouettes of the nude women
yeah,
swimming or whatever. Those silhouettes were so crisp and clear. I mean, you could see the nipples and
Yeah.
sometimes the spread legs. You could see a hint of a
just be careful.
bush and everything. Oh my God!
All the touches of a high tea film. Yeah.
Oh,
Here's some,
That's the
here's some,
trouble when you let a duck on.
here's some trivia for you about Bond. Sheena Easton remains the only person who appeared in the opening credits and sang the song.
Oh, is she actually in the credits? Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's in the For Your Eyes Only. She sings the song and she's in it.
I'll be
Oh,
doing.
didn't what do you mean in the credits as a silhouette?
Yeah, the
No,
opening.
You can see her. You can see her. You can see it's her.
Oh no!
Right.
Kidding.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
She's not, I think there are other girls swimming around like they do, but she's not. She should. She should have done, but she's not.
Man.
Reckon we might have to cut off because it's 1:45 the hour.
Is it? Yeah. No, I got.
We're
We're 1:37 in here. We started late, but
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
right,
can't
you
stay
need
much
to-
past 12 now. I
We
can't
need to
stay
go?
much
All
past
right.
the hour. Yeah.
okay. We got 15 minutes and
Yeah.
it's all good. We'll just move through this faster. A fine day in the city. Don Martin again. Walking in. Oh, they're all shaking. All these guys walking in are all shaking. And it's the meeting of the pneumatic drill operators. Local 17. And they're all
Look at the picture of the president, our president, on the wall. He's shaking as well.
My God, that's good.
Look at the way he's leaning over in that center panel. The second panel center. Yeah.
to show his
And his-
curiosity. Yeah. Every
and his
movement,
hat.
every gesture, every
And his
Yeah.
hat is shooting up in the air.
yeah.
Look at the banner in the back says "Our President" and it's a shaky photo of it.
Yeah. He's like, oh, everybody's shaking.
Oh my God,
Whole lot of shaking going on.
Yeah.
too good.
Mad look at water sports. Sergio Aragonis knocking it out of the park here. He's great. Cutting a hole. Whole lake falls in.
Look at the first one, and it says "snap," and he just goes. Doof. Is it a trap? Is a trap's caught his ski?
I think
Yeah.
so.
You can't see it because of the snow.
Here the bobsled goes by and the guys are chasing after it.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
And look at those two birds on his skis there.
Vultures. The whole bobsled team, and then they're going to work the next day.
stuck,
All
his,
together.
stuck his foot with one of the things.
Yeah. He's trying to pull a fish out of the ice.
Oh dear.
Fish was bigger. Classic
Oh
stuff.
dear. That was a laugh, wasn't it?
Specific form answer letters. There really ought to be. Yeah. We won't get into reading those. We need to move along here. Spy versus spy. Just look at that detail.
Oh my God! Yeah.
It's great. He's got gas. It's loading up his pails from a gas truck and throwing it on the guy's face.
You know, if I'm not mistaken, that the Morse code through there, I guess that really does spell out something every time.
It's by and the artist's last name. It's a B
is
and
it?
a Y.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No kidding.
It's Morse code.
Oh, great touches.
The sights and sounds of the USA.
Oh, God.
Paul Coker again.
Spotlighting Fort Worth, Texas.
Yeah. Probably did a whole series of them. I'm just going to keep moving fast through here. Another spy versus spy here. It's great stuff. Neurotic magazine.
Neurotic.
Ask Dr. Youngblood.
Youngblood.
Youngblood. The neurotic of the month. Here's the Spectator. Don Martin again. Guy's drilling a hole in the fence so he could watch the game. Perfect. He's drilled a hole through one of the guy's heads. Marvy says, are there restrictions if you stay more than an X amount of time on YouTube? No, not really, Marv. Just we all have schedules.
Trying to stay disciplined, I guess.
Basketball photo plays. Kind of a fumetti. Here's Dave Berg, lighter side of kids' parties. That kid. Now, when we're recording an episode like we did for Sunday's show is pre-recorded. We have to stay under 2 hours because for some reason, this between StreamYard and YouTube, it works better if you're under 2. You get over 2, you start running into, I guess, extra glitches or something. But we try to keep all of our shows on when we're pre-recorded under 2 hours. It's more the great Dave Berg here. We're 10 up. Let's get this done. TV commercials. Some folks who couldn't care less. Great work here. Ricard again. Jack Ricard. Look at that. Almost looks photographic here.
Yeah. Well, he was right up there with Wally Wood and those guys, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Just amazing.
All these guys were masters of their form. That's why we love looking at this stuff. Keep it rolling here. It's another spy versus spy. That makes 3 for this issue.
And that's the funny thing.
Spy versus spy.
With Mad Magazine, you could look through almost any of them, and I really doubt that there's a bad one among them.
Yeah, there's always something. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
why if you're ever at your local retailer, folks, and you're looking for something to read, you can always go to that magazine box, find an old Mad magazine, maybe $6 to $10.
Oh yeah.
For this, depending upon how old and what condition it's in. Can't go wrong, man. Just can't. So much.
I mean, not only were they great examples of the times, they were a direct satire of the times that they were coming out, but they were good collections of solid humor and great art. I mean, it's just, I said not a bad one among them.
Look at that Dick Van Dyke bottom right.
Yeah, this is their made-up movie, Son of Mighty Joe Kong, with James Garner, Doris Day, and Dick Van Dyke.
And Richard Burton.
Son of Mighty Joe Kong.
Look at that monkey there. Got a monkey with his pith helmet on and his banana.
Isn't that great?
Who do you like to draw, Mort? well, we're going to make up a movie and want to give you something to draw you're going to like. Look at that bird.
Gotta have a plane, gotta have a monkey, gotta have a jungle, pretty girl.
That's a great monkey. Doris.
Great caricatures of, James Garner and Van Dyke. Oh my God,
Doris
just
Day.
awesome.
It's great stuff here. Look at that. James Garner.
Again, the hands. Look at the hands.
Yeah, all over.
Oh, look at that drawing of on the upper right-hand corner, right page. Yeah, it's awesome drawing. God.
Yeah.
No, the right-hand page.
The monkey.
The big
Gorilla.
Joe Kong there. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Just stunning stuff.
And that Dick Van Dyke and that center spread there, that one, yeah.
Isn't that great?
That's like he's saying, all right, Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at that one to the right of James Garner looking down.
Yeah.
Look at
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
That's just brilliant.
Sleeping
so
Home.
very good.
Opening tonight, Fay Ray and her giant ape. See the eighth wonder of the world.
Almighty Joe Kong. he's slumping in that couch. The banana sticking around it. That's great.
And they've tied him to a palm tree so it feels at home with bananas hanging from the ceiling. Like you won't know.
Nothing here is stoic. It's standing still. Everything's moving.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just constant movement.
And him dancing in the
Even the dancing monkey. Yeah.
thing there. And
Nothing's just a regular shot. Everybody's leaning. Everybody's relaxed.
oh yeah.
Natural looking. Look at that chin.
Jesus.
Monkey. Great stuff. Like a real cartoony.
I'll give you some trivia. You know Jerry Anderson's Stingray?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Well, Troy Tempest, the captain of the ship, was based on James Garner.
Oh, no kidding.
Okay.
The puppet, the way he looks.
Yeah. Fun.
Huh.
Because James Garner was obviously a big star in 1964. And,
Oh yeah, sure. He
and
was.
Sylvia Anderson thought, he's a handsome man. Let's make our guy look like him.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. And Jerry Anderson just did phenomenal stuff.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Nations.
I'll tell you what I'd like to see. I don't know where this happened. Maybe you guys would know, because it just occurred to me with the James Garner, Troy Tempest thing. Did Mad ever do any of Jerry Anderson's stuff? And did Mort Drucker do it like Thunderbirds or something? Could you imagine that if he'd have done that?
I have no idea. I don't think he did, or we'd have seen it by now.
Could you imagine Mort Drucker doing a caricature of a caricature?
Oh,
of a puppet. Yeah.
Yeah.
that would have been so good if he'd done that. Oh, I can't imagine. What a great idea, Glenn.
Yeah.
I can't say I've ever seen anything like that.
No, it's a shame.
Mad,
Isn't it?
yeah. Another mad fold in, obviously politically bent. Look at that. Which national symbol is going to
real
need
quick as a just a little
repair
tidbit,
job? The eagle.
Glenn, is that there was a guy who wanted to write an adaptation of Captain Scarlet.
Yeah.
And he had me produce a pencil drawing of what would have been the cover for it.
Right.
And so I got a chance. I bought up a DVD set of the original series, and it was just a blast to do that. I should show you
Fantastic.
guys that someday.
Yeah, you'll have to show us that drawing. That'd be interesting
Yeah,
to see.
it was fun. Man, oh man.
Little liquor ad here for Canadian Club.
The guy's
This is my
hallucinating.
hair-raising adventure of my life. I took the place
No.
and swore off booze.
Pink elephants and the snakes.
Yeah, baby.
That guy there in the second photograph with the white jumper on looks like an early Elton John.
Oh, he does, doesn't he?
Great stuff. Folks, that was mad.
That's brilliant.
That is great. Man, oh man.
Couple issues of Mad, folks, for our April foolishness. We come to the end of April. Next week, we'll be back onto something else. Maybe pick up the weird sciences from where we left off. That was Mad. Excellent stuff. Scott, tell folks how they can find you.
Hey, I'm going to be hanging around Facebook as usual. Plus, I'll be doing some conventions coming up. I'll be doing Motor City Con in the middle of May. I'll be doing Free Comic Book Day at a local shop. Plus, Hall of Heroes Con in Elkhart, Indiana.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
gonna be a big deal. Gonna be a lot of good people there.
Love to do that show sometime.
Yeah.
Great.
Plus, I'm gonna be. God, I need a haircut. God, look at this. Oh my God.
Yeah,
These
but
close-up views on the
at
computer.
least
are pretty
we can't see your nose here. So yeah. Anyway. Ross, tell folks how they can find you.
Oop. Wrong cam. Why did it do that?
Wow.
Look at that. It's the wrong cam. There you go. Picture.
Ooh, yeah, no.
Look at that. Look at that.
No, let's see.
Don't give that away.
Sorry.
Oh, I want to see.
Oh, there it is. No, it's on a rostrum camera.
Oh, so nice.
Bit of boobs. Look, furry boobs. Right.
Cool.
We all love furry boobs. Right. Okay. You can find me at russleach.com. The Atlantean issue 2 has gone to print now. So you can't pick up a crowdfunded version of that. There will be a retail version available. Also, issue 3 is underway. And if you want to pick up issues 1, 2, and 3 at the campaign, which will be in July, obviously you'll get a good deal on that. Either way round, you want to find out exactly what's going on with all the books, the latest glimpses of the artwork, the other bits and pieces that are coming that we can't tell you about yet. Just sign up to russleach.com, the email list there, and we can let you know everything about that.
All right.
Oh, did I miss getting my cull pinup in it?
What, in 2? 2's gone to print.
Oh, yeah. 2's
It's
gone.
all in 3. 3 we're doing at the moment.
You're working on it. Gotcha. All right.
There is a phenomenal pinup in there by Alex.
In 2, yes.
In 2, yeah. Just a great
By who?
pinup.
We're having the issue 3 cover painted at the moment.
And you know, I can't remember. Segura, Alex.
I can't remember. I'm not good with names.
It's fantastic. Yeah,
But they'll get a book.
Glenn, tell folks how they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on Fridays and Sundays usually with these strange people. You can get my work on Amazon, fund my comic, but if you can't remember all those things, just put my name into Google and you'll find lots of stuff. And just for Mr. Rosemer,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh.
Look how beautiful that is.
Look at that.
Oh, another one.
Well, I said on the show the other week, the best thing about it, they should have been £14.99,
Yeah.
and I got them both for £2.
Ah!
There you are.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
absolutely
Oh, my
wonderful.
I nearly picked up a couple of French language versions, but
Yeah,
they
do
were
it.
in this antique show. No, they wanted like £35 for each one.
Oh,
Were
And it was
they
like, no,
recolored?
go
Glenn?
away.
Are those recolored volumes?
yes.
Oh,
And
that's
I
beautiful.
also picked that up.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Is that
Yep.
is
Great
that the one
volume.
I've got? Can you flick through it quickly?
How thick that volume is. Beautiful hardcover. Yeah.
It's 365 pages,
Oh,
the black and
Very,
white.
Barry
Right, I
Windsor
think I've got
Smith
that in
Yeah.
softback. Yeah.
All black
knocking
and
it out of
white.
the park
now,
there.
now, forewarning, the artwork is absolutely stunning.
Yep.
It's a tough read. I mean, you really got to steel yourself for that read because it just goes here and there, and but still, it's worth it.
Not as difficult as From Hell by Maureen Campbell. Yeah.
I've seen that, but I've never got to read it.
There's a chapter in there where they're traveling around London and he's explaining all of the architecture and the placements, and that is a tough read. Wow. That's really rough. Anyway, folks, I've been your host, Randy Zimmerman. You can find my work over at Amazon, Barnes & Noble. Look at Amazon and Barnes & Noble, criticalblast.com for this great version of Shadow Kingdom in hardback. You should see how fantastic this looks. We adapted the Robert E. Howard story in color, beautifully done.
Nice.
And then after that, to show you how true we were to the original, we reprint the story in the back.
Oh, nice.
For you to compare it to. Very proud of this work. Track it down. I think it's $39.99 retail. It's
But
well
you can
worth the
get a
cost.
black and white version.
Fantastic. You can also do
Yeah.
that. You can get a black and white trade of Shadow Kingdom as well, and it's
Is that
just as pretty.
$9.99? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's come out nice. Yeah,
There's no
and
story
there's a
in the
manga
back of this one.
size
but the-
version as well.
Yep, but the whole version is there, and then also find Atlantean 1 as well out there, that where we take the characters from Shadow Kingdom and continue them on as they quest to rid their land of a race of shape-shifting serpent demons.
With more
Yeah.
Robert E. Howard inspired goodness.
Yep,
Yes.
exactly. And as Russ said, volume 2 is at the printer. Volume 3 is in production. Looking good. It's going to be a lot of fun. Very proud of this stuff, folks. If you get a chance, check it out. Keep an eye open. RussLeach.com for the email for news. Fundmycomic.com for the campaign. In fact, if you get a chance, go over and check that site out. If you're looking for great stuff to read, all sorts of different comic campaigns there. Fundmycomic.com by a wide variety of people. So, and topics. So go over there. You're bound to find something that you'll want to read that'll be entertaining. Folks, we deeply appreciate you stopping by. We'll be back next Friday morning at 5 a.m. looking at some great stuff, whatever we decide to pull up in front of the camera. It's my anniversary this weekend, and the wife has got a small trip planned. So it's 30, I don't know. She's probably awake upstairs, so I don't want to yell the number too loud just in case I have it wrong, but it's 30, 37, I think, 35, 36, 37, somewhere in there. Seems like 3. So,
Excellent.
folks, Sunday's program, we're looking at Mad Comics. It's pre-recorded, great stuff. Wally Wood, Bill Elder, some fantastic material. If you haven't, especially if you haven't seen that stuff, do check us out. We know the majority of our viewership is after the fact, because here in the States, who wants to get up at 5 a.m. to look at our mugs? And we deeply appreciate you stopping by whenever you do, wherever you watch us. If you enjoy this program, please tell anybody out there you think might want to watch it. Do hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. It's absolutely free for us. We don't make any money doing this. We're not monetized at all, but we do it because we love it. And we love this artwork. We love the what we do and everything involved with it, even the weird ones that hold up. Strange Scarlet Pumpernickel. Wrong character, but that's all right.
Oh, yeah. Still loony.
Still loony.
Yeah.
Speaking of loony, folks, we need to run. Go visit your local retailer. Help them keep their lights on. Even if they don't have our stuff for sale, there's bound to be great stuff there. Buy alternative and independent comics, especially ours. And we'll see you on the next one. Check us
Till
out.
next
We're
week.
available on Indie Comics Network, YouTube channel, the
Sugar
Comic Book
just
Black
turned
Belt YouTube channel. What?
Sugar just turned up.
Sugar.
Sugar.
See you, Sugar.
Hello,
See
we
ya.
must be going.
Just a quick shout out to Pity Ma. Thank
Later,
you
everyone.
for picking up the 2
Beautiful
tiers. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Awesome.
Oh, and then that's what Marv says. Boobs are
Boobs
awesome, Russ.
They are.
It's the Portuguese 4th of July today. Oh, happy holiday.
It's
Marvy.
not me. It's not me. It's just the law of nature. Boobs are awesome.
That's why he was able to see the show. Let's see you Sunday. Have a great weekend. Everybody have a great weekend. Be careful, be safe, be kind. Try to be more social on those anti-social platforms. And we'll see you very soon.
That's
on
what
the next
Danya.
one. Take care, everybody. He said clicking over.
Oh, Scott's gone.
And Scott's
gone.
already gone.
Say the weird thing.
All before we get the word of the day.
The word of the day is Hakuna Mafuck It. when you give 0 fucks and no worries and let the shit show carry on.
What was that? This is not a charade. We need total concentration. Now, once again, this time, with theory.
Joke's on you, bitch. I love this shit.
Taste the biscuit, taste the goodness of the biscuit.